Alright, we are back with Railway Empire. Mexico DLC, which is out now. Great Lakes DLC, the Andes. Okay. Well, we are going to start with campaign mode. And try this out ourselves. This is Railway Empire. The first chapter takes you to the construction sites of the Union Pacific Railroad, which was started in 1863. Tracks were built westward to establish the first transcontinental line while you are conquering the vastness of the Great Plains and the heights of the Rocky Mountains with your tracks. You'll learn about the basics of Railway Empire. Thomas Clark Durant, the visionary in charge of the Union Pacific, will assist you. Everything's normal. Okay.
Let's go. Time is money.
Okay. Let's change. No, let's just go with the original.
Sometimes I think about giving everything up and dedicating my life to poetry. How about you?
Alright, let's go.
In 1863, on the banks of the Missouri River, the last chapter in the monumental undertaking of the Transcontinental Railroad began. The workers of the Union Pacific Railroad began laying their tracks westward from Omaha through the wild heart of the North American continent. Massive challenges awaited them. Away from all civilization, the country was vast, the weather ruthless, and the challenges tremendously energy-sapping. But there was a masterstroke of modern engineering to be accomplished. To tame the wilderness and to conquer it with steel, fire, and steam. Never before had anything like this been ventured, but the time was ripe.
Greetings. My name is Thomas Clark Durant. Exactly, the head of Union Pacific. We will go down in history as the ones who created the Transcontinental Railroad. And that, my friend, is your job as chief engineer. I can't supervise everything here on site right now, as I have to meet with some politicians in Washington. First, you should familiarize yourself with the basic controls. Move the camera in all directions.
Okay.
Now test the camera's zoom function. You can also rotate the camera. Give it a try. Very good. Now you know the basic controls. Your first task is to create a rail connection between Omaha and Norfolk to the northwest. Both cities will need a station for this. You already have a station in Omaha, but you still need to build one in Norfolk. To do this, switch to building construction mode.
Build a city station. Actions. Task, town list. Demolish. New train. Building construction. L1. Let's put it right in the center of town. Come on. Stop being. Thank you. City stations have to be built in. All buildings can be restored before placing. Okay. It's in the center. What the hell? Must be built near the city center. Oh! Yeah. Auction. What's remove? Thank you. Let's construct
Very good.
first building.
Now the two stations need to be connected with tracks. To do this, switch to track construction mode. Now plan the tracks between the stations in Norfolk and Omaha. To do this, select the two station tracks one after the other. Then pay for your track planning.
Wants me to build tracks there, but I'm gonna build tracks around here. So, build
Now
route.
create your first train so that you can set up a rail line between your stations. Initially, your train only exists on paper. It's not much use to you without a locomotive.
Okay. Buy a locomotive. What is a steam engine?
Additionally, each train needs a rail line that passes through all the stations it should stop at. Now join your two stations to the rail line by selecting them one after the other.
Oh, okay, I get it. One.
That's enough for your first rail line. Now confirm it so it becomes active. Very good. Now you can see the journey your train will take. If there is something to transport, the train will automatically take it.
Meat.
However, as each locomotive needs water, sand, and lubricant on its journey, you have to place a supply tower along the route. Very good. Your train is now traveling between Omaha and Norfolk. But you can do even more. Each city needs goods from the surrounding area. For example, every city needs corn. Look, there is a corn farm near Omaha. Until now, the corn has made it to the city in the conventional way, but we want to change that. Now construct a rural train station in the marked location with a corn farm within its radius.
Okay.
Now connect the new rural train station to the station in Omaha.
Don't seem too hard.
And now things are getting tricky as we have to deal with a logistical problem. As Norfolk should also enjoy fresh corn, there will soon be two trains traveling on the stretch of track between Omaha and Norfolk. Of course, this will then result in a conflict.
Okay.
Since trains cannot travel through each other, you'll need a side track between Omaha and Norfolk. This consists of one parallel track and two signals. First, create a side track. It needs to be at least long enough for a fully loaded train.
Okay. Track. Alright, hold on. Oh, okay.
Excellent. However, your trains won't necessarily use the sidetrack, as they generally always take the shortest route. For this reason, you also have to specify the direction of travel on each parallel track. Now open Building Construction mode and set up a signal in the highlighted area pointing in the direction of the switch. Trains will then be able to stop here when the single track is in use.
Okay, this is the part I have to figure out. Alright, set up a signal on the head. Oh, okay.
Excellent. Now do the same on the parallel track so that each parallel track has a different direction. Place a second signal in the highlighted area and block the track to trains coming from the opposite direction.
Alright, do the same on the parallel track. Oh, okay. That one, turn around. Okay, stop signal. So, it should be. Oh, my bad. Now we go down here. Let's see. Let's change this. There. Let's try this over. For some reason, it's not working. So, opposite direction by selecting it with. Oh, okay. That one goes that way. There are two types of signals. Directional signals. Ah. I like that. Well, I guess we're gonna figure this out. Alright, let's do this. I don't get that. When doing so, you define the set track which the signal should be placed in to make the construction easier. Alright, let's try this again.
Very good. I'm sure that it wasn't at all easy. You will soon come to realize that signals are an important aid in guaranteeing smooth rail operations. You will find more information and tips under Hints and Tips.
So to do that,
Now assemble a new train and give it a locomotive and a rail line. Your new rail line should run via Omaha to Norfolk so that the people of Norfolk can be supplied with corn.
assemble a new train. Assemble a new train and give it a locomotive. Oh, okay. So add locomotive. Roll. And then rail line from Norfolk to a rural train station to Omaha to Norfolk. Okay. That's cool. Right along. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Hey, look at all the people. Record them. Yeah. We're on our train. And we're passing our first train. Nuts. That's cool. Almost there. Now we're coming into Norfolk, people. Love it. Did what it wanted, so. Inhabitants are climbing. Nice. Supply demand. Awesome. Love it. So, what next? Or should I do like this?
Excellent. The corn farm will automatically make use of your train because the cities along your rail line are demanding corn. Conventional transportation is much more costly for the farm. We're still missing something. Locomotives wear out over time and need to be regularly maintained so they can perform their duties more reliably. For this purpose, there needs to be at least one maintenance building on each rail line where locomotives can be serviced if necessary. Construct such a maintenance building at your station in Omaha now. To do this, select the station itself and expand the station with this building.
Add extra? No. Delete. Alright, so go 1, 2, 3. There we go. Struck.
Right. We've been lollygagging for long enough. I need to return to Washington for further miserable negotiations with our representatives of the people.
Nice.
I've written a task list for you. Take a look at it and complete the tasks within the given time period. Do not disappoint me.
Okay. Task 8. Connect Omaha. First shift takes. So. Alright, connect Omaha and North Platte. Connect Omaha and Cheyenne. Okay. Better okay. So North Platte, Pierre. Where is Rapid City and Cheyenne? So we are gonna go. Oh, Pavlis does not want to go to war. Flying guillotines, more than refreshing. American football. Sheep for sale. Okay. Building construction. Alright. Track construction. We're gonna go here. All the way to Norfolk. $100,000? Damn. Okay.
Good. That's finished. You're making progress.
No. 100th meridian crossed. Nice. No, I need building construction. Well, in the center. And construct building. There's a supply tower. How am I gonna do this? Yes. Should be alright, I'm thinking. Now, I think I could build some signals. I don't know. We'll see how it works. Do we have a problem or not? Alright, production details. It demands grain, corn, wooden meat, vegetables. Woods are all the way out here. From what I can tell. Quarry. Salt mine. It's a river.